What is going on, guys? My name is Brandinho and welcome back to the channel, where today, no messing around, just straight up into it, back again with another Megladon type shark video. And we are actually to top 5 Megladon sightings that prove it might really exist. Just straight up, no messing around, just straight up to see some sightings, see any proof, to see if they can try see if the Megladons really exist. I'm just gonna search out. It's probably gonna be like Greenland sharks, basking sharks, probably even whales. That's what I reckon we're gonna see. And you know what? Let's find it, disprove it. I'm not saying I'm the best information on this stuff. Let's just see what they're saying now. Let's just see their opinions, and we'll give my opinions.
The top 5 Megalodon sightings that may prove they still exist.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
Number 5, the New England sighting. In May of 2021, a ship of tourists off the coast of Cape Cod saw an amazing sight circling around them. They took video of the massive aquatic animal and posted it on TikTok, where it got a huge amount of views.
Oh, this one. I saw this the other day.
One of the people in the video watching the shark can be heard asking, "Is that a megalodon?" Of course, the debate was picked up in the comments.
I literally posted a short of this like not long back, like a couple of days ago, and now I'm watching it again. Like how have I done this to myself? How have I just revamped myself just like that? Well, what have I done?
This video was proof prehistoric predator was
like,
really circling.
Someone said it's a basking shark. I think
it's
a basking shark.
And came forward saying that the shark was most likely a Cathorinus maximus, or a basking shark. Basking sharks are some of the largest sharks that are still living, and typically reach a length of 26 feet, with some even reaching the 30-foot mark. They are often mistaken for great white sharks, perhaps due to most people's frame of reference for great white sharks being the movie Jaws, where the shark reaches a staggering 25 feet long, despite most great whites reaching a maximum length of 16 feet.
You didn't even show the video as well.
Record getting to 20 feet. Despite sharks' reputation as relentless killing machines due to movies, basking sharks survive off of a diet of plankton and are essentially harmless to people. In fact, we are a greater danger to them, and this once thriving species are now an endangered species due to them being hunted for use in shark fin soup. If you haven't realized yet, most Meg sightings turn out to be other sharks, and most of this video is actually just going to be me talking about different kinds of sharks.
We knew he was gonna get that.
That's what happens when a channel does like a million videos on megalodons. You run out of material eventually.
I'm gonna say it straight away. I reckon one of the videos is gonna be a video that I saw already, where it was like abandoned shark cage, and it ended up being a Greenland shark. I'm gonna call that straight away. I bet you that is gonna be in this video. He didn't even show the TikTok video. He just showed pictures of it, but he didn't actually show the full on TikTok. Mate, like that's shameful. Shameful. Like it's not that hard to find.
4. The sea scanner sighting. Another potential sighting from 2022 was made by researchers from a non-profit organization called the Atlantic Shark Institute. They work primarily in research and preservation of sharks. One day, they saw something they thought was impossible. While using their fish finder sonar, they saw a massive shape coming towards their boat. They took a photo of the large moving mass and realized that whatever was coming towards them was almost 50 feet long, thinking in their excitement that they had perhaps discovered one of the long extinct megalodons. As the shape got closer, it began changing shape, and the researchers were forced to laugh at themselves as they realized that what they were seeing was actually a normal school of Atlantic mackerel. I'm sure no one here wants to hear about mackerels, so instead, let's take a bit of a leap and talk about mackerel sharks. Mackerel sharks, or lamniforms as they are more officially referred to, are what many people think of when they picture a shark in their heads.
I didn't know it was a mackerel
shark.
They are known
for having a higher body
temperature
than the water in which they are swimming, and can be identified by having dorsal fins, an anal fin, 5 gill slits, and a mouth that extends to behind their eyes. They are not a species of shark so much as a category of them, with some qualifying sharks being the infamous great white shark, as well as sand sharks and thresher sharks. One of the more unusual mackerel sharks is the Megachasma pelagios, otherwise known as the megamouth shark. Megamouths are deep water sharks known for their large gaping mouths and large rubbery lips. They typically grow to be about 16 feet long, and like basking sharks, feed on plankton by filtering water in its mouth to catch plankton and jellyfish.
He's not even going to show sightings, is he? How's this proof if he's not showing it?
Or seen since their discovery in 1976. It may not be a megalodon, but it's a mega something, so you know. Close enough.
I'm just saying, like, it's not even he didn't even show the picture of it. Like, any of those images that he showed, definitely not one of them was, like, the real actual image. Definitely not. The guy, he didn't even show it. I was also expecting to see it, man. Like, saying a story is not enough. Like, you can literally just make stuff up, you know what I mean? Like, I could literally just say, like, when I was in Egypt, yeah, I went diving in the Red Sea. While I was out there, I saw this, what long object? Oh, it might have been a shark. Oh, wait, it could have been the Megalodon. I have proof it. I have got proof of it. You don't have proof of it. You just said story. You can just make it up. I just did that. Simple as that. That's what it is, yeah. I know I say like I'm asking for proof, like I'm gonna get it, but and I know I'm not gonna get it, but still. I just like to see some images, some videos, you know. I don't want you talking about it. I want to see it, man.
Number 3, the Mariana Trench sighting. While filming in the Mariana Trench, a diver spotted something that would make many divers fill their wetsuit.
Okay.
The diver managed to capture footage of the creature
That's basically what the make
posted
toothpaste stuff.
The footage shows a very large predator shark swimming around near an abandoned shark cage. The size of the cage compared to the shark.
Wait, is this what I'm thinking?
Just how large the animal is. But what kind of shark was it? Well, once this video was posted online, commentators began to argue about that question, with several believing that the featured shark was a long-lost megalodon. They went on to theorize that the supposedly extinct sharks have been surviving deep underwater alongside the giant squids that live in the deep. Well, this is one of the more likely of the various megalodon theories. Others saw the footage of the shark and theorized that it was a Somniosis pacificus, or a Pacific sleeper shark. The Pacific sleeper shark is a rather large shark, typically reaching a length of about 12 feet, with some of the largest examples reaching a full 23 feet long. They are both hunters and scavengers who feed using both suction and cutting. They can inhale their prey with their large mouths and then tear them up with their sharp teeth. They tend to stick close to the bottom of the ocean, living up to 6,600 feet.
I think this looks like a rock, like a boulder. It's not just a boulder, it's a rock.
They are known to eat large fish, crabs, or even octopus, but one large sleeper shark was caught, and upon examination of its stomach contents, was found to have been surviving almost entirely on giant squid, which it had been consuming. For reference, the giant squid are typically known to reach lengths of 7 to 16 feet long. While the large 23-foot-long sleeper sharks are impressive to look at and would be intimidating to get too close to, it is hard to mistake the shark in the footage for a megalodon, as they were known to be about 50 to 60 feet long, more than double the size of even the largest sleeper sharks. Number 2, the 1918 Port Stevens sighting. In 1918, a group of fishermen claimed to have seen a massive shark that they claimed attacked their gear before disappearing. This is the story as related by naturalist David Stead, who interviewed the fishermen. The men had been at work on the fishing grounds, which lie in deep water, when an immense shark of almost unbelievable proportions put in an appearance, lifting pots containing many crayfishes, and taking, as the man said, pots, mooring lines, and pots and mooring lines. These crayfish pots, it should be mentioned, were about 3 feet 6 inches in diameter and frequently contained 2 to 3 dozen good-sized crayfish, each weighing several pounds. The men were all unanimous that this shark was something the like of which they had never dreamed of. In company with the local fisheries inspector, I questioned many of the men very closely, and they all agreed as to the gigantic stature of the beast, but the lengths they gave were on the whole absurd. I mentioned them, however, as an indication of the state of mind which this unusual giant had thrown them into. And bear in mind that these men, who were used to the sea and all sorts of weather and all sorts of sharks as well, one of the crew said the shark was 300 feet long at least. Others said it was as long as the wharf on which we stood, about 115 feet. They affirmed that the water boiled over a large space when the fish swam past. They were all familiar with whales, which they had often seen passing at sea, but this was a vast shark. They had seen its terrible head, which was at least as long as the roof on the wharf shed at Nelson Bay. The measurements given by these men would indicate a shark twice the size of a megalodon, so I think we can assume that they may have been unintentionally exaggerating in their panic. If there wasn't an attack by a shark, and it wasn't a megalodon, what could it be? Due to its behavior of sucking up the crayfish traps, it very well could have been a whale shark. Similar to the megamouth shark, whale sharks, or Rhinocodon typus, are filter feeders who feed mostly on plankton and small fish. They are no threat to humans, but are the largest species of sharks still alive today, being able to reach a maximum of 61 feet long, making them quite comparable, if only in size, to the megalodons of old.
I mean, you can say that's still an achievement. I mean, yeah, for that one, like you've probably captured a whale shark, so yeah, I guess well done to that one. These are some stinky evidence though, these are quite stinky.
Number 1, ironbound. In 2019, marine biologists captured a large Carcharodon carcharias, or great white shark. They were trying to learn more about the elusive shark's migration patterns, so they attached a tracking device to the shark and set him free. Nicknaming him Ironbound, this 1,000-pound, 12.5-foot shark had been tracked moving from Nova Scotia to New Jersey to Philadelphia. What does this have to do with the Megalodon? As discussed earlier, both the great white shark and the Megladon are lamniforms. They are believed to
putting
share
out the face
a common
though?
Ancestor before evolution caused two
Not bad.
subcategories, Lamnidae and Autodontidae. Lamnidae are a class of shark that includes the mako shark and the great white, whereas the Autodontidae are an extinct family of sharks such as the ancestors of the Megalodon, known as Cretalamna, as well as the 15-foot Megalolamna. There's also the evolutionary cousin of the Meg, Autodus, which were typically 30 to 40 feet long. So, while we may not have any solid evidence that megalodons or other prehistoric sharks still exist, we do have evidence that some of their DNA from a common ancestor lives on in the great white sharks that roam the ocean today. With that, our underwater journey together has come to an end. The dark forces that run this dimension have asked that I remind you to like.
Okay, yeah, I've had enough of this. He's too, the way he goes all nerdy and everything. Not nerd. That sounds a bit rude, doesn't it? Our dramatic journey into the depths has now come to an end. That's why he's speaking, you know. I don't want to hear like that anymore. That's probably a bit me. I'm sorry. obviously, yeah. I wasn't expecting proof of any Megatons. I was expecting to see some footage. We got a few images in there. I definitely seen some better evidence than this. And yeah, like we've done, the very first video we've ever watched. It was basically based around ancestors of the Megalodon, not actual Megalodon. That's literally what all the facts are now based around. It's literally just the ancestors of it. That is literally it. Yeah. Look, man, I just saw the title. I saw how long ago it was. You know, it was quite recent, so I just wanted to check it out, see if there's anything new. The rest of it was new to me. Only the TikTok shark one was a recent one. But yeah, kind of a stinky.